it's a really hard decision to make.
Yeah.
My preference, and maybe this is cold-hearted, but my preference would be to try to trade Petr Mrázek. He's got a higher salary. He's got a year left. You're not going to resign him after this deal is up. There's no way.
I don't think so.
No. I mean, the question is, who's got more value right now on the market? Is it Soderblom or is it Mrázek? And Soderblom has been better. He's been a better goalie of the two this year. But if you're a contender looking to add a goalie at the deadline, are you willing to say we're going to throw our chips in and think that Soderblom's going to be the guy that's going to get us over the hump? I don't know if he's proven that yet. I don't know if he's got that track record yet. There's probably a lot of teams saying we need our goalie to be fine. If we get average to above average goaltending, much like Colorado did when they went and got Mackenzie Blackwood, right? Yeah. Like, all we need it to be is not awful. Petr Mrázek gives you that and more, and has kind of a proven body of work over Soderblom. So I think he could be pretty appealing at the deadline. Then if Brossoit, for whatever reason, can't stay healthy or never comes back, you just bring Comesso up and start him. He was okay in his one start, and you find somebody to play in Rockford, or
they got
Gaudreau down there.
Guys,
they got Weeks down there.
Yeah,
they've got options. Play. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, before Brossoit had to have his other procedure and delayed his start to his season, really, I wrote about it a couple weeks ago, and it was just like Blackhawks should really look at moving Soderblom, and this was before he kind of had his little valley of the season, but he's coming back up on the upswing. But he's a guy that is on an expiring deal. Cheap. This was before Colorado made 2 trades to trade goalies. Yeah. And I looked at the Avalanche and I said, there's a team that has a goaltending or a cap situation to go along with their goaltending situation, and Soderblom making under $1 million. It was just like, that seems like a goalie that would go to Colorado, not really cause a problem financially, right, and is on an expiring deal. And the way he was playing, like you were saying, like it's above the average goaltender line, and you strike while the iron's hot. But now, yeah, I mean, it is an interesting situation. There's nothing to say that they couldn't carry 3 goaltenders if they were that deathly afraid of losing Soderblom, if they were going to put him down through waivers, which if he keeps playing this way, like he's going to get picked up.
I mean, he's gone.
He's going to get picked up. That's why I kind of actually think like this goaltending situation, if and when Laurent Brossoit does get back on the ice and does get playing, I'm almost tempted to try and put him down in Rockford because of his cap hit is pretty high. Like, I don't think many teams are going to just pluck $4 million off the waiver wire. And on top of that, do it for a guy who's been hurt, hasn't played all year.
Right.
So I think that might actually be my route to go rather than trading anybody. But I also I could see trying to deal to a contender if there is, and teams lose goalies.
Sure. The other thing too is if you lose Brossoit, it's a loss, and you probably chalk it up and call it a bad investment. But you didn't know what you were going to get from Soderblom this year. Mm-hmm. You've got Mrázek under contract for another year. Soderblom's a restricted free agent. You just re-up him for whatever.
Yeah, and he's 25.
And he's not going to cost you $4 million.
I wouldn't.
So you just go back to it next year with Mrázek and Soderblom. And you know what? We ended up not needing Brossoit. The injury cost him his job here in Chicago, and if he gets claimed, he gets claimed. And I think Brossoit's a good goalie, and I thought it was a good signing at the time. But you don't have any value if you're not on the ice.
We all silly like the mayor.